Once upon a time, in a quiet little town far from the eyes of the world, lived a girl named Emily. She shared a modest wooden house with her parents, surrounded by a small garden tended with love. Life was hard. Her father did odd jobs. Her mother washed clothes for neighbors, and money was always tight. Still, their home overflowed with warmth, laughter, and hope. Every morning, Emily went to school, wearing old, patched-up clothes and worn-out shoes. Her mother carefully repaired each piece so it would last just a bit longer. Her backpack was second-hand, her lunchbox often empty. At school, she wasn't welcomed with kindness. Her classmates laughed at her, whispering cruel names behind her back, or sometimes to her face. "There goes the girl in rags." Emily smiled on the outside, but inside the pain was deep. Still, she never reacted with anger. She carried that sadness silently, whispering it in her prayers every night, and in those quiet nights, she dreamed. In her dreams, she saw a different future, a better one. In those visions, she was no longer defined by her clothes or background. She saw herself leading companies, helping others, walking through places she'd only seen in books, and in each dream, she heard the same voice, gentle, powerful, divine. "My child, you were born for something greater. Your pain has purpose. Keep going." These words became her strength. Emily threw herself into her studies. She read every book she could find, asked questions, and sought knowledge with hunger. Her teachers soon noticed her light. She joined school projects, community events, and earned every small recognition with dedication. Then one day, her life took a turn. She was selected to receive a full scholarship to a prestigious university in a major city, a dream that once seemed impossible. The day she left, her parents held her tightly, tears in their eyes and pride in their hearts. Her mother slipped a note into her hand. "Never forget where you came from. We're always with you." In the city, life was harder than she expected. She shared a tiny apartment, worked cleaning tables in the evenings, and studied all day. Sleep was rare, loneliness was constant, but Emily held on. She remembered her dreams and the promise she felt in her soul. At university, she majored in business administration and stood out among her peers. She was known for her perseverance, intelligence, and kindness. Professors respected her. Fellow students sought her help. She led projects, won competitions, and graduated with honors. Still, the road ahead was far from smooth. After graduating, Emily faced rejection after rejection. She knocked on countless doors, always with a folder of resumes and hope in her eyes. For a while, it seemed the world had forgotten her again, but one company finally gave her a chance. She started as an assistant, quietly observing everything. One day, she proposed a small change to a process and saved the company thousands. She was promoted. Then again, and again. Years later, Emily opened her own business. Small at first, filled with challenges, but rooted in purpose. Investors were skeptical, some even laughed, but she persisted, and her dream blossomed, her company grew. She treated every employee with dignity. She remembered what it felt like to be overlooked. She created a workplace where no one was invisible. Success followed. But Emily never let it change her essence. She used part of her profits to launch social projects, funding education for underprivileged children, creating community centers, and offering mentorship. She returned to her hometown and rebuilt the old school where she once felt so alone. One day, she was invited to speak there. Standing in the very classroom where she had once been mocked, she looked into the eyes of a new generation and said, "Don't let the world tell you who you are. Dreams are stronger than pain. Keep believing." Many cried that day, even the ones who once ridiculed her. Emily wrote a book, became a speaker, and inspired thousands. But she never stopped being that same girl who used to dream under a patched blanket. She returned home often, hugged her parents, walked through the streets that shaped her, and every time she looked in the mirror, she whispered with gratitude, "Thank you for never letting me give up." Because Emily, the girl once called ragged, became a symbol of faith, resilience, and purpose. And she proved to the world that the most beautiful stories often begin in silence, pain, and poverty, but end in triumph. If Emily's story touched your heart, don't forget to like this video and share it with someone who needs hope today. Leave a comment below. I believe in my purpose. And remember, God never forgets those who believe even in silence. Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to receive more inspiring stories like this one. Because here, every story is a light in the darkness.